What's good, everybody? Welcome into the Early Edge, your daily sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting. And it's not close. A special thank you to all of you who tuned in last night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Primetime Scoreboard. Me and AB and the counselor. If you tuned in, then you cashed hockey tickets, baseball tickets. We had you live betting all over the board. Let's take a quick look at how we did on the show yesterday in another ho-hum day with 7-6, 7-5. Oh, EC's same game parlay hit. That doesn't make me feel good. Good for you at home. But after a day like that, where you have some, you win some, you might lose some. I know on Fridays we always have a lot of new people that come here to the brand, and we welcome all of you. We want all of you, but this is a special day. Fridays are special here at the brand. Why? I'm so glad you asked. Because it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for Big Pick Energy Friday. No, let's go. Look at this embarrassment of riches. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? Where do I start? You know where I start. Live from Nashville, Tennessee, the penthouse level. M Squared. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. I see people mentioning the Kentucky Derby. Had to fire the hat up. I will be live on HQ in a few hours giving my own personal takes on the Kentucky Derby. Tune in for that.
What time is that, Mikey?
That will be 1:15 p.m. Eastern time.
On a little
with
show.
Tim Doyle. It should be an electric factory if you've ever watched Tim Doyle.
Yes. Well, hopefully you get a word in. That's what I hope. You get a word in there. All right, next. He's also live from Nashville, Tennessee, but 8 floors below. He's our 5-tool player. AB, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, the Early Edge crew. Fired up, man. I don't get to join you guys on Fridays too terribly much. Love to be a part of it.
Yeah, we got that morning voice going on with AB right now. About 3 hours too early for him right now. He's a night guy. You guys know it. All you
I went to
ladies
sleep about 20 minutes ago.
I was just saying, I don't think he's gone to bed yet. I think he's going to sleep after the show.
He just he took the jacket off, put the pullover on. We're good to go. All right, next. He is live from parts unknown. He is our prop aficionado. Propstarz. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, gentlemen. I'm fired up. I love these shows on Friday morning with Chip. His energy, it's contagious. 2 games tonight in the NBA, Coach. And you know what else I'm fired up about? Is UFC 288, the return of the king of cringe, Henry Cejudo. I cannot wait to watch that fight, Coach.
It's going to be an amazing main event. And if you want to know who Danny Brasco picks, we'll go back and watch our show yesterday. We've got 4 big picks for UFC 288 in your feed right now. Now, next. Oh, he was there last night. He was on CBS Sports HQ. He didn't even have to dress up. We had to match him. He is the counselor of cash. Sia Nejad. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. An announcement to make. The World Health Organization deemed COVID no longer a global emergency. Why did they do it today? Why did they wait so long? Because it's 5-5, which means we all can give everybody high fives from now on. I'm super excited about it. It's not a coincidence that we have 5 analysts plus the coach on today. And I have 3 picks plus 2 I'm going to adopt. It is truly a big pick energy, but also a high five Friday. Everybody go out there, high five friends, family, perfect strangers. Let's go.
Let's go. Here's a high five right here. Let's go, everybody. High five Friday. By the way, you want to talk about numbers that match up. How about Rory McIlroy yesterday on his 34th birthday? He shot a 34 and a 34, 68 -3. Yeah. They're out there on the course right now. Sia Nejad may have a pick for round 2 later in the show. Who knows? Who knows? Now, you guys know I wait till the end of the introductions for this. It warms my soul. It gets me fired up. Gets me out of bed on a Friday morning. He's the reason we call this Big Pick Energy Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, there is only one. Chip Patterson. Good morning, Chip.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, M Squared. Good morning, C. Good morning, AB. Good morning, Prop B. Woo! We are here on a Big Pick Energy Friday. We are fired up. That's right. It is Friday night in Hockeytown, USA. Raleighwood. We'll get much more on the Canes and the Devils. Game 2 coming up later. But Also got NBA and very fired up to be with you. And oh yeah, I didn't forget about you. Early Edge fam, you give me life. Thank you everybody for showing up and keep spreading the good word.
Let it sink in, ladies and gentlemen. Just let it just pour over you. Just embrace it. Just embrace it. It feels good once you just embrace it. Now, with these 5 amazing handicappers that are on this team, it's time to go marquee matches. We got a lot to talk about tonight. 2 big NBA games, as already has been mentioned. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's marquee matchup time. Game number 1, Celtics and the Sixers, all tied up in a game apiece. Celtics favored on the road, -2.5. The total sitting at 214.5. Mikey, we're starting with you. How are we fading or following this matchup today?
Yeah, this one's interesting to see it move to 2.5 from 1.5. Joel Embiid back to being listed questionable. If you watch that game, he was definitely all taped up, wrapped up, whatever you want to call it there. Look, I think that the 76ers, they're not a ton better with Embiid on the floor right now in this individual situation where he is. I think he's truly really dealing with something here. So I lean towards the Celtics. I like the under if Embiid plays. If he does not play, I will not touch the total. I will wait until we have his confirmation on the total, but it's going to be a Celtics lean pretty heavy for me right now.
It might be weird to say this, but the Sixers they play so much faster without Embiid on the floor. That total could come into play, as Mikey said, but man, I don't know. I mean, they don't play as good. It sounds stupid, I know. All right, Sia, talk to me.
It'll be interesting to see how this line moves with the Embiid news that we're likely to get just sort of hour by hour. It wouldn't shock me if he plays and this trickles right back down to 2. Either way, I'm with Mikey here. I like the Celtics, -2.5, -2, wherever it lands. I just think the Celtics are the better team, and it's really hard with or without Embiid for this team to figure out how they're going to play with him, how they're going to play without him. That type of a lack of chemistry, I think, lends itself to the Celtics winning this game and recapturing the series.
All right, Chip, I know you're wearing a hockey jersey. We'll get to that game, but we got to focus on this game. What are your thoughts?
I don't trust Boston. I don't trust the Boston Celtics. Jimmy Butler makes that shot. We're talking about one of the all-time collapses. This group, so much chemistry, but so much experience of falling apart, blowing leads. I'll tell you what I'll be looking for here. I'll be looking for a live opportunity at jumping on the Sixers plus a lot more, because I do think that Boston is just one of these squads that you cannot trust. They just disappear, especially defensively, and that's going to be really problematic against the 76ers no matter who's out there. So honestly, it is my distrust of Boston that is the strongest read on this game. 2.5. I'm going to need to get a little more before actually backing the Sixers. That's why this is a live bet special for me.
I like that live bet special. We do a little bit of everything here at the Early Edge. Now, if we're going to talk about the Sixers, we can't leave out our resident Philadelphia fan who always is in the mean streets of the city of brotherly love. Proppy, what are we looking at here?
I have a hard time trusting this Boston Celtics team as well. On paper, they're more talented, deeper roster, but they just play down to the level of competition pretty much on a night in, night out basis of the regular season. And now it's carried over to the playoffs, and it's sort of what they are. It's no longer like a question, are they going to turn a switch on? They just play down to the competition. I think that's going to happen tonight with or without Embiid. I think if Embiid plays, hopefully he's a little closer to 100% and will be more effective. I think they'll be energized by the home crowd. Having won his first MVP award, I could see a big performance if he does in fact suit up. So I like the Sixers here.
All right, so we got a little bit of everything. Live bets, we got Sixers. Some people like the Celtics. Again, use the information for yourself. Make the decision for yourself. By the way, someone in the chat says, I love Chip's energy this morning. My coworkers, not so much.
Sorry, guys.
No, never apologize, Chip. I got 2 words for him. AirPod. What are you doing having us up loud in the workplace? As much as I want them to hear my lovely voice, put on some headphones. Let's go. Now, it's time to go to the ice. And last night, it was 3-2 Panthers, and it kind of ended up 3-2 Panthers. And my man AB called it correctly on CBS Sports HQ. He said, take the live under 9.5. Never a sweat, AB. Never a sweat. But tonight, we've got the Devils. We got the Hurricanes. And the total's 5.5. Hurricanes, a slight favorite. AB, what do you think?
You know what? I think it is going to be very similar to the Devils in the first series against the New York Rangers, where they found themselves down 0-2. They're going to do it again. Carolina, just too much, just too good at home. You can see the pricing here, very attractive. Really the only series where you could get a money line that you could afford. You don't have to pay -200 to do it. So, as I say, look, we drink a mucho mango and we take the Hurricanes at home. That's how we get down.
Chip, I know I don't know if most people know that you're a hockey guy. I didn't know that you were a hockey guy.
Just the Carolina Hurricanes. And listen, this is something that, I do so many sports professionally. I take great pride in being a big dumb fan. Okay. The big dumb fan means I only know my team. I know the teams in our division that we play 4 times a year. That's about it. But you know what? New Jersey qualifies for this one. And I've got a good read on this game because this is a flip from 02, 06, 09, the hunter versus the hunted. Totally different now with, the Hurricanes being the team that's out in front and the Devils being the hunters. But you know what? You take all that history, you throw it out the window because Jack Hughes was in diapers when they played in 2002. Jack Hughes was barely toddling around when they played in 2006, and the Canes went on to win the Cup. There will be a much, much better performance from New Jersey here, but the thing that I'm really keeping an eye on is the fact that the Canes got Schmid shook. Schmid was mid. The rookie goaltender could not see what was going on, and I think that you had to pull him just to save his confidence for the rest of the series. If they go right back to Schmid here in game 2, the Canes are going to be able to find the back of the net again. On the other side, I do expect this explosive Devils team to be able to get a couple of goals against the Canes in this one. Keep an eye on Timo Meier's status. That's going to be the big one because with Timo Meier off the ice, remember, he got that nasty hit from Trouba in the game against the Rangers. If he's off the ice, then the Canes can really focus on Hughes. If they've got Meier and Hughes, I like the firepower. So obviously I'm going with the Canes. Let's go, Canes. But an over might look a little enticing as well.
There is nobody watching right now that believes you're just a fan. Are you kidding me with all that? With all of that?
Got him shook.
I got shook. All right, we've got one more NBA game tonight. And Chip, I'm making you sit out on this one because you got to pick on this game. So just hang tight. M Squared coming right back to you. This is if the Suns do not win tonight, this series is over. It may already be over because Chris Paul is hurt. So the Suns, however, the sports books are respecting them, Mikey. -4, the total 225. How do we lean into this one? Fade or follow?
Yeah, this one is tough to call. I'm going to lean to the Suns here on this. I know it seems like a strong reaction when you see a spread like this. You have to keep in mind Denver has the biggest home court advantage in the NBA. It is by a significant margin when you're playing at altitude like that. As far as the Suns, it's going to be all Devin Booker and Kevin Durant here. Devin Booker's playing 46 minutes minimum tonight. Love all of his props over. I've already bet him to score 40-plus points in this game, plus 600 currently over on FanDuel. I think that number is grossly mispriced. I think it should be down to plus 250 to plus 300. Love Booker over on points. Love him over on assists. Not sure if they're able to win the game. That's where I lean. But it won't be because Devin Booker doesn't get up 28 to 30 shots in this game. Give me Booker over on points, and we'll see on the spread. I'm not playing it, but definitely played Booker over on points and assists several ways already this morning.
I'm just imagining everybody right now scrambling for their phones. FanDuel. Let's make that bet as fast as we can. Sia, what say you?
Yeah, I like the Nuggets a lot here, +4. I just don't think the Suns have the firepower. Now, CP3 is going to be out. You could make the argument that, well, that means the Suns might play better because he hasn't been very good, but they just don't have anybody to replace him, and they have no bench since the trade deadline. So Cameron Payne likely comes in for Chris Paul because I expect him to sit. Yes, Booker's going to have a great game. Durant's going to have a good game, but I just think Denver can throw too much at you. They're the better team. Phoenix is a mirage at this point. When we thought they were going to bounce back against the Clippers, yeah, they won those games, but they could barely work around, Russell Westbrook and Powell in games that were without Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. So I just don't think this team is for real at all.
It does kind of seem that way. AB, do you agree with that sentiment?
I agree that the Suns are going to hammer the Denver Nuggets tonight. That's what's going to happen. All right, I'm taking the 4. You give me 5. You could give me all the way up to 8. I think that the Phoenix Suns, if there's ever been a must-win game in this franchise's history, it's tonight. See, and look, was that? Yeah, the dog was barking on that one too.
You can't even make that up. You can't even make that up. Are you kidding me right now? Yeah. Was that Chief? Because I know Buddy's not here right now.
That's Chief. Yeah, he's all the way in the other room. He's not even near me. He's got Yeah, he hears AB talking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Chief heard Uncle AB coming up here to fix some of the floors or something there. Yeah, I'm going Phoenix. I think that this is a perfect scenario for them, and everything Mikey laid out in regards to Devin Booker, 100%.
What are the mean streets telling you, Proppy?
I've got a slight lean to Denver here. Honestly, I just think that Phoenix has really struggled, especially Kevin Durant down the stretch. I think he'll perform better than he did in game 2. Just not seeing the same KD that we've seen in previous playoffs. Devin Booker is certainly playing really well, but he can only do so much. I think it's ultimately going to come down to how efficient Kevin Durant is. The lack of depth is really starting to catch up. No CP3. I do think Cameron Payne can fill in somewhat admirably, but yeah, just not enough depth on this bench, whereas Denver has a lot more depth to throw at them. Give me Denver here.
Hey, Sia, Mikey, Chip. All I heard was wah, 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 wah. Showdown. Wah, 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 wah. Showdown.
That's all I heard too, Coach.
Isn't that what you guys heard?
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Proppy, is that what you heard? AB, is that what you heard?
Heard it.
Oh, Proppy, he said he heard it. He said he heard
it. Are we showing down on the -4? Is that what?
I mean, it's not my bet. It's yours. I'm just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there.
Well, here's the thing. State, go ahead. Hit the damn music.
It's gonna be a showdown.
Oh, hell yeah. We got a showdown in the NBA. By the way, Will says some days I don't even bet, but I love watching the show. Thank you, SportsLine, for being on every single day. You're welcome, Will. We haven't missed a day since December 2020. The only brand to do that, by the way. And what do you want? Oh, you want showdowns. And we have one right now. Nuggets plus the 4 from my man, Proppy. And then AB out on a limb. Out on a limb with the Suns tonight, -4. We're locking that number in.
Yeah, now, Coach, I got to say, I found a Suns beach towel at a pawn shop out in Arizona. Feeling good about it.
Yeah, he says, I'm getting rid of everything that has Suns on it. I tell you what, all these guys, we told you, it's the early edge takeover. It doesn't matter where we're at. You need to tune in, and always right here.
Get breaking news.
Big news coming out of the NFL today.
Highlights and instant reaction.
The largest final round comeback in Ford championship history. We're down to the final 4.
I just want to take time to analyze greatness.
Talk winners and losers with a guy who's already a big winner.
CBS Sports HQ. It's all sports all day long.
Dustin says, can we get some new tunes for the showdown? No. All right, it's time to play Fade or Follow baseball style. So I've only got 3 players today, and here are the selections. Twins, -125 over the Guardians. Dodgers in San Diego. Great weekend series against the Padres. They're a slight favorite. And Seattle, the Mariners, are in Houston, and they are favored over the Astros. M-Squared, who are we following to the pay window as a favorite today?
I'm going to take the Minnesota Twins here over the Guardians. Peyton Battenfield starting for the Guardians. I'm not a big fan of his at this point. I just don't think he's really someone that should be in the rotation. So what happened here? He had a couple starts, got pushed to the pen. Zach Plesac, they're skipping his start. He's basically fighting for that rotation spot here. I think he's going to be a little amped up. I think he's going to overthrow things. The strikeout rate, not great here. Wasn't great in AAA earlier. Definitely was not great in AAA last year either. If you're not striking out at least 8 per 9 in AAA or below, not going to have success at the major league level. So give me the Twins.
Next level analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you're writing it down. Sia, which favorite are you following to the pay window?
Yeah, I'll keep this one short because this is a bit of a preview to one of my 3 picks coming up. But let's just say I agree with Mikey, and part of the reason is because I love this pitching matchup, Ober versus Battenfield.
All right, very, very good. Chip. No, excuse me. Proppy, your thoughts.
If I had to go one, I'd probably lean towards the Dodgers. Clayton Kershaw on the mound going against Yu Darvish. I think Kershaw has a little bit of an edge here, so we'll go with the Dodgers.
All right, we got a couple of Twins and a couple of Dodgers. That game being played 60 miles from where I'm sitting right now. Maybe I'll go today. Who knows? All right, time to play Pick the Prop. I got 2 players today. Now, Pete Alonso plus 290. 2 days ago, we cashed Mike Trout. Will we cash today? Christian Walker plus 370. Yordan Alvarez against the Mariners plus 295. AB, who's going yard today?
Who's going yard is my man, Christian Walker. He's going to do it. I'm feeling good about it now. Here's the tough part. Yordan Alvarez, love him. Pete Alonso, love him. But it's Christian Walker. The matchup that he has is just chef's kiss.
A good day to have. I just noticed what you wrote under your name. I like that. A good day to have a good day. Positive vibes here at the early edge. Chip, talk to me.
Yeah, let's go Yordan Alvarez. Let's take that plus 295 value and let's see him be able to go yard out there against Seattle. They're going to need it. They find themselves as big-time underdogs. So come on, Alvarez. Let's swing for the fences.
All right. So we play pick the prop, fade or follow. But as you know, there's one man that's normally on this show. What was that? Interesting. Now, he's not here today, but he'll be back next week. But he's always lurking, always lurking. I got a little ring-a-ding-ding yesterday from the bosses. As you know, they call me all the time. But this call was from a new network wanting my man Buckets on. Say it with me, everybody. Galazzo!
Absolutely magisterial here.
A very short slate of soccer games today, so Buckets is not here, but they cover everything there at Galazzo. If you have Paramount Plus, it is free of charge to you. All right, it's time to get to our board for the day. And you know on Big Pick Energy Friday that we go all the way every single time. So there is no question where we are starting today. M Squared. You know the drill, son! It doesn't matter if we're in the second round of the Wells Fargo, NHL playoffs, baseball, HQ, NBA basketball. 2 games tonight, by the way. It doesn't matter because this man brings it strong every single time. So if you don't mind, sir, with Chief in the other room, please give it to me.
All right, another familiar play here. Always a team total, but it's the Toronto Blue Jays. Very familiar with them this season. Over 4.5 runs, minus 128 on FanDuel this morning. I would play this up to minus 140. That would be the cutoff. Look, we're going to pick on Rich Hill just a little bit here. First of all, he's 43 years old. That means 2 things. 1, he's very old, but 2, he's been very successful to even be in this position. However, he has struggled against righties, and that is struggling keeping the baseball in the ballpark. Already allowed 7 home runs to righties. That's 2.4 home runs per 9 innings. Basically got 2 pitches he's going to try to throw effectively, 71-mile-per-hour curveball and an 87-mile-per-hour fastball. The fastball literally has no chance at this point in his career. 424 weighted on base average has outperformed the expected data of 462. The cutter has been even worse. Even that curveball is up to 367, still way below Major League Baseball average. Now you've got the Blue Jays. You know the drill. Guaranteed 9th inning team at bat on the road here against the bullpen. However, we've got a positive visual memory situation here for the Blue Jays. VMI, we talked about it, not a lot, but a little bit we have. What that means is they're able to pick up some of the breaking pitches a little bit easier. That's good news when you're seeing basically 2 pitches. You're seeing a really slow fastball and a 71-mile-per-hour curveball. They should have success hunting that curveball, sitting on it tonight. They will hit a few home runs. Blue Jays, team total, over 4.5 runs.
Hunting the curve. Oh, you guys aren't writing this down too? Every word, every freaking word. By the way, Irish John, line of the day so far. My wife told me that if I miss another M Squared team total, no dinner.
Well, you're eating tonight, baby. Let's go.
Just no food at all.
Now, I joked yesterday. I said, can you at least get us to, what did I say, the 4th inning, Mikey? Isn't that what I said?
Yeah.
I said it's probably going to end in the 3rd. When did you cash your team total yesterday, by the way?
In the 3rd. You pushed it in the 2nd. You cashed it in the 3rd. At any number, yeah.
It's like we know something. It's like the man's pretty good at it. Allison said, you have a smart wife at the Irish John. That's right, Allison. A very smart wife. I don't know how smart he's about telling her, but hey, I like full transparency in the household. All right, Mikey, great start as always. So I'm looking at my notes, and there's a man that does not like to wait. He's like a rabid dog. You leave him in the corner. He's going to come out firing. Propstarz, let's go.
Let's go. We're heading to Phoenix, Coach. Game 2 of this little 2-game slate. I am taking Cameron Payne over 19.5 combined points rebounds, and assists. No Chris Paul tonight. Cameron Payne will be the starting point guard for the Phoenix Suns, which he has quite a bit of experience due to Chris Paul having a lot of durability issues, especially over the last 3 years, getting older, lots of injuries. But yeah, Cameron Payne has filled in admirably for Chris Paul in the past. He could find himself playing upwards of 35 to 38 minutes tonight. If he gets 30 minutes, he has a great shot of cashing this prop. 11 times this season, he has played 30-plus minutes. He has gone over this line 9 of those games while averaging over 28.1 points, rebounds, and assists. They are going to need him tonight. We have a very serious lack of depth even before Chris Paul got hurt. DeAndre Ayton could get into foul trouble guarding Nikola Jokic, and they will need Cameron Payne, especially to score and take a little bit of that pressure off of Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. He also chips in rebounds. He can pass as well. So I love this spot for Cameron Payne tonight, over 19.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
Are you trying to tell us that trading away the entire team for Kevin Durant is all of a sudden rearing its ugly head? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
I am.
Crazy.
Who knew?
8 players. Who knew that they need players in the playoffs? Crazy. Real quick, Mikey, the Early Edge fam in the chat is asking, what a shock. You moved the line to 5. Would you still play it there?
So look, 5 is going to be a different win condition than what I've got. If you're playing 5, you've got to have 6 to win versus 5. So it's going to be your own personal decision there. Yes, you push with my win condition. The thing that I would tell you is to always check SportsLine early in the morning. This line has been up on the site for almost 2 hours now at this point, over 90 minutes for sure. So that is the best I can give you. Shop around. There are a few books that still have 4.5s. Up to minus 130. My buy price is all the way to minus 140. As far as at 5, I would not play 5 minus 110. If you could find 5 plus 115 plus 110, that's going to be a little bit closer. But you are playing a totally different play at this point where you need a 6th run versus my 5th to cash.
Did you guys catch that? Did you catch that? That if you're a SportsLine member, by the way, if you're not, use the promo code early right now. I'll give you 30 days for free. You get all of these picks, all of them, on SportsLine at least an hour, if not 90 minutes before the show starts. So that 4.5, you could have had it locked in 90 minutes ago. That's how important it is to be a SportsLine member. Then after that, $10 a month. That's it. We're growing fast. Come join us. All right, Mikey, thank you very much. Proppy, thank you very much. Now, my man over there, he's got a very kind of cool swag today. I just feel like you're like moving into the weekend, AB. The single ladies in Nashville don't know what's going to hit him tonight at the club. And in order to buy all those drinks, we got to cash some tickets. What do you got today?
We do, Coach. And you know what? Shout out to Thomas over at the DraftKings trading floor, because you know what? You're a ding-dong today, and you left up a bet that you shouldn't have, and we're going to take advantage of it. So first off, we're going to start here, all right? Devils, Hurricanes, both teams to score 2+ goals. That's it. You don't want to play the money line. You don't want to play the total. Both teams to score 2+ goals. If you go to DraftKings, go to Game Props, click on it, scroll down, you will see it there. Should not have left this one up at all. We're going to cash this one. Second off, my voice is going out, but what's not going to go out is James Harden firing threes all night long. Look, my man has been a seesaw, all right? 142 threes in game 1, 0 threes in game 2, but he's back home. And look, against Boston, all right, he's averaging 8.1 3-point attempts per game and hitting 3.2 of those for a much higher percentage than he has against about 90% of other teams in the NBA. Expect a bounce-back game here. Only need 3 from James Harden.
I feel like all these props are just kind of open wide with MB not going to play. Like, I feel more confident betting without him in the game right now.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just I don't like the Sixers when he's on the floor. I just don't.
No, and it changes the Celtics' defensive approach, right? So now with Embiid, like, it leaves them in a question too, because do you expand out or do you suck in, right? Like, I think Boston's sitting the exact same way we are. They're like, all right, we kind of have 2 different defenses we got to play here. So, yeah,
I get you. Matthew says AB just pounded his drink like it was a 40. Speaking of a 40, Big Cheesy says AB looks like he might be driving the white porcelain bus later. Oh, Big Cheesy never lets us down. Now, there is a man who gave a very long-winded answer on Tuesday about his love of the game of golf because he's been struggling right now. And leave it to our man, the counselor, to find that player and fade him today. Sia, who am I talking about?
Yeah, of course, you're talking about Max Homa, and I'm going to fade him in round 2 of the Wells Fargo Championship because he's playing poorly, but he's also playing the best golfer in this tournament. No, not Rory McIlroy. It is Patrick Cantlay. This is a juicy price, but there's a reason for it. Patrick Cantlay, round 2, minus 150 over Max Homa. Patrick Cantlay gained everywhere yesterday, and he's been gaining everywhere. When I say everywhere, I mean across all strokes gain metrics. That would be off the tee, approach, around the green, and with the putter. Homa, on the other hand, has been struggling with the ball striking over the last handful of tournaments, including yesterday, where he lost 2 strokes on approach, which was bottom 20 in the tournament, a tournament filled with 150 people. Cantlay, on the other hand, he was top 10 on approach and, again, gained in all other metrics as well. So absolutely love Patrick Cantlay over Homa. My next play in this tournament, or in this round, and by the way, these go off in the afternoon, so you still have about an hour or two. It's Sung Jae Im in a 3-ball, minus 115 over Lucas Glover and Davis Riley. I really like Sung Jae Im as in terms of his course fit for this tournament because strokes gain metrics, he can gain everywhere as well. He's very consistent. Davis Riley, check please. He literally checked out yesterday, 7 over par. He is not in this conversation, in my opinion. Certainly will go flag hunting, but probably puts up another big number. Glover, he was actually pretty good yesterday, but it's Lucas Glover at the end of the day. For him to put 2 good rounds in a row on a tough golf course, I just don't see it, especially relative to Sung Jae Im. So give me Sung Jae Im minus 115 over Davis Riley and Lucas Glover. And finally, the first 5 that I alluded to, Twins first 5 money line, minus 140 against the Cleveland Guardians. Mikey brought up Battenfield. Pat Benatar brought up battlefield. Love is a battlefield unless you are betting on the Cleveland Guardians today, because this thing is over, as in the pitcher, over before it started. I really like this pitching matchup. I will say this. Both of these pitchers are kind of green in the sense that they're both fighting for a spot in the rotation, but Ober has been the better pitcher and Battenfield just hasn't been very good. This is my first 5 formula. I got the bats with the Twins because they are the better hitting team, and then I've got the pitching matchup as well. So this is minus 140. It's a little juicy for the first 5, but first 5 money line, let's take the Twins.
Oh, man. First 5 Sia is quickly becoming my favorite Sia, although PGA Sia is good too. Japan _5 says M Squared's the man. Dude, too chill. I'd love to grab a beer with him. The dude is so chill, Japan _5, that if you wanted to grab a drink with him, he'd be like, I'd meet you in, the first floor of my building. That's how chill I am. Oh, M Squared is a savage, an absolute savage. Getting tons of love today. But you know where we have arrived. You know where we have arrived. Mikey's gone. Proppy's gone. AB's gone. Counselor has gone. That leaves one man. Chip, the floor is yours.
2 numbers to know here for this Phoenix Suns against Denver Nuggets. Game 3. Yes, back against the walls. Yes, the Suns have got to climb their way back into the series. Here are your 2 numbers, 34 and 42.9, because Kevin Durant is 34 years old and he is playing 42.9 minutes per game across 7 playoff games in this postseason. And when we talk about depth, I am looking at those legs. I am looking at that lower body that has undergone multiple major surgeries. And Kevin Durant, he's looking down the line at that bench and it's empty. There ain't nobody there. Y'all, I smell Nuggets in 5. I think the Nuggets are going to bring the fight to Phoenix and make them want to quit. We're not going to have Chris Paul game 3. We're not going to have Chris Paul game 4. We're not going to have Chris Paul game 5. There's no way that inside that locker room, they are looking around and they are looking at each other. And by the way, they've only played, 17, 18 games as a fully healthy roster together. There's no familiarity. There's no mental muscle memory of where the ball should go. You just give it to Devin Booker, get out of the way. You just give it to Kevin Durant, get out of the way. You don't have those B, C, and D options. I just think that the Denver Nuggets, who have been obviously, number 1 seed in the West, great through the regular season. Yes, they are awesome at home. I think they're rolling. I think they are playing some of their best basketball. And of all the teams in the NBA playoffs, we talked about the Celtics. They're up and down. Obviously the Bucks got out the paint. The Sixers have got injury issues. Out West, we can't trust nobody. But the only team in the NBA playoffs right now that have actually looked like championship contenders, like champions, it's been the Denver Nuggets. And so will they lose? Possibly. But man, I love getting more than a possession in this game because I think this is a short series. I think the Nuggets smell blood in the water. And I think that Jokic is going to, boom, put it in DeAndre Ayton's chest tonight. We're going to see the Joker get physical, and the Denver Nuggets are going to try to drop a kill shot. Whether they win or not, I don't know. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, immense scorers of the basketball, but I love being able to get the value of Denver +4.
The last thing you said, isn't it amazing what a week or 2 weeks can do? Because nobody was talking about the Nuggets. They're like, they're not a good number 1 seed. Nobody's scared of them. And now look, you just said it. They're the only team that's looked championship caliber. For God's sakes, the Bucks fired their head coach yesterday. They won an NBA title just 2 years ago. It's a crazy world right now. See, a quick question. Can't lay +120 in a 3-ball with Homa and Thigala. Thoughts?
No, because if you watch the early wedge, I respect Thigala quite a bit, and I had him as a guy that I thought could potentially sneakily win this tournament. So for just 18 holes, even though Cantlay is the more consistent, the better golfer, I wouldn't do that. By the way, thanks for the chat pointing out that Twins first 5 on FanDuel is -124. It's still -140 on DraftKings, but it looks like BetMGM and FanDuel have much better prices. So go ahead and take that, obviously.
All right, very good. I think we've answered all the questions except for one. I saw that Zach says, does anybody know what Coach says at the end? And then he wrote like LeBoat or something. When I say with all my crew members, can anybody tell the chat what I say at the end?
Well, Coach, I thought he was going to say Labatt Blue, right?
I know what
right. Yeah. Hey, before we get to it, can I leave you with a nugget? Mind if I do that?
I love Chick-fil-A nuggets on a Friday.
Okay. The Boston Celtics, all right? The over is 8-1 in their past 9 road games, including all 3 postseason games from round 1 with an average score total of 246 points.
Wow. Say that one more time.
Yep. The Celtics 8-1 to the over in their last 9 road games, including every single road playoff game so far this postseason with an average total points scored of 246.
Wow. And right now the total's around 214. And if you want to get it and you think MB's not going to play it now because it will go up if he comes out. It will not go down. It will go up. It's a weird thing. I know he's the MVP, but it will go up because they play so much faster. Look at game number 1. What they scored, 240, something like that? Crazy. The chat knows what I say. They all had it right. They've been here since day 1. Love them all is what I say after that. All right, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here's a recap, courtesy of the snake on the 1s and the 2s. M squared, Blue Jays, team total over 4.5, -128. If it's 5 at your book, he says, hey, it's your decision, but it changes the win equity, whatever you want to call it, because you got to get 6 instead of 5. Then, Sia Nejad, 3 big plays. Let's go Twins first 5 money line, -140. Shop around. You can get it for less than that at some places. Then Wells Fargo, round 2. Patrick Cantlay, -150. He had a great day on Thursday with Joey LaCava on the bag over Max Homa, who admittedly has been struggling lately. Then Sanjay over Davis Riley and Lucas Glover. Great way to bring that number down. Throw it into a 3-ball. Then Prop, Cameron Payne in for Chris Paul. Brilliant play here. Over 19.5 points, rebounds, and assists for a guy who is not shy about shooting the ball when he comes in. Now he's going to be a starter. Then Chip, 1 big play today. He told you all the reasons. The Nuggets are the play tonight. They might not win, but 4 points without a floor general like Chris Paul, a big ask. And then AB, Devils, Hurricanes, both teams to score 2+ goals. I suggest you go bet that now before they figure it out or somebody tells them. Then James Harden, over 2.5 threes, -120. The entire crew will be back today, except for me. Early Edge in 5 at 4 p.m. Eastern time. We do multiple shows every single weekday. If you haven't watched our Kentucky Derby preview, I encourage you to go watch that. It is live in your feed right now. But with all that being said, what a good show today. That was fun today. But now we got to go get results. There's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, Lobo, M Square, Counselor, AB, our 5-tool player, Proppy. Who did I forget? Oh, did I really? Chip Patterson. I am the coach. Don't forget about Snake on the 1s and the 2s. Always making the show look fantastic. Let's have a great weekend. Let's pay it forward. Tell all your friends we want you. We do this 7 days a week. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about right here at the early edge. Good luck.